This may not be the greatest or latest device that is currently being previewed at Mobile World Congress, but it is definitely something that you shouldn't be missing out if you are thinking to buy a smartphone in 2017. This is the Oppo R9s, and in case if you are wondering, this is the Red Valentine edition, a limited edition that went on pre-orders before Valentine's Day, and we have managed to snap one up during the pre-order. It cost the same at 1,798 ringgit, and it is a really beautiful device. This is the phone that Oppo wants you to know that it hasn't been really focusing too much on making selfie cameras, and I guess it is now clear that Oppo knows what its consumer wants. I'm Warren for KLGadgetTV, and this is my review of the Oppo R9s. For the past year, Oppo invested heavily on two smartphones. The F1 Plus and F1s were hardly flagships when it comes to hardware specifications, and I hate to say that my experience with the F1s was an unpleasant one. It had a slow processor, it is chunky and lacks fast charging, and most importantly, the selfie camera isn't as impressive as other competing smartphones. The R9s changes every thought that I have about Oppo smartphones not being able to stand out again. The design still resembles a lot of Cupertino's creation, but what you get aesthetically is a much lighter and slimmer product than the latter. But the phone's chassis sadly isn't water and dust resistant. The aluminum surface feels really nice when you run your fingers on it, but there's still a camera bump like its inspired sibling. I like the 6-string antenna lines, which Oppo claims to be inspired by musical notes. However, my favorite part of the design would be the front face. Oppo has managed to reduce the screen bezels to offer a great body-to-screen ratio, and you will hardly believe that the display measures at 5.5 inches. Despite of a great design, the R9s isn't going to impress if you're hoping it to come with flagship performance hardware. Powering this device is a Snapdragon 625 processor, 4GB of RAM, 64GB of flash storage with expandable memory support, and a 3010 mAh battery. It comes with a Full HD AMOLED panel protected by Gorilla Glass 5, support for dual SIM cards, and its proprietary Vogue fast charging solution. By all means, the R9s is no slouch when it comes to day-to-day performance. It runs on Oppo's ColorOS 3.0 based on Android Marshmallow and works extremely well when it comes to memory management. While it does have limitations in UI customizations and features, it is reliable and doesn't cause app crashes. And you will be surprised on how the phone is able to keep apps running with its available memory, which is something that even devices like the Huawei Mate 9 fails to achieve. But that doesn't mean that the R9s is perfect in terms of performance. Graphics processing power is where the phone falls short. You'll still be able to play games like Asphalt Extreme without any issues, but you just don't get to see certain high-quality graphics effects. When it comes to battery life, the R9s impresses despite having a small 3010 mAh battery, usually lasting more than a day in a single charge with a 3-hour on-screen time. You'll also be impressed with how cool the device is when using navigation apps like Waze. Let's get to the most important part of this review, the camera. The Oppo R9s has got one of the most impressive camera sensors that can easily take on higher-end smartphones. It is a 16-megapixel Sony IMX398 sensor that sports a huge f1.7 aperture and a 1/2.8-inch sensor size. It is however missing optical stabilization, but if you happen to have a pair of steady hands, the camera will definitely excel in low lighting conditions. The R9s has been my on-the-go camera for the past 2 weeks, and I must say, photos taken in good lighting are simply impressive with decent saturation and detail. Low light performance is also rather acceptable as the camera tends to keep noise levels low. Should you really want to go for advanced photography, there is a Pro mode that lets you deal with exposure time, focus, and ISO sensitivity. Oppo may have focused its efforts on the main camera this round, but this doesn't mean that the R9s isn't a selfie expert. The front-facing 16-megapixel camera now features HDR, which enhances the dynamic range of your selfies if you are taking pictures against backlight, and that beautify feature makes anyone look younger as usual. The R9s would take 4K videos at 30 frames per second, but it isn't something that you will want to use with the lack of stabilization hardware. Oppo has finally made a smartphone that I can call superb. It is the best effort yet I've seen from the company since the Oppo N3. Not only it offers a camera that is on par with today's flagships, it is also one of the most power-efficient phones that doesn't require a huge battery to do so. And lastly, a solid build quality with a design that you wouldn't need to spend too much cash on. The only worry that I have would be the company's Android software support. There's no news if this device is ever going to get Android Nougat, and this could be a deal breaker if you really seriously require updated Android software. And Samsung's 2017 Galaxy A series smartphones could give this device a run for its money with water and dust resistance. Would you buy the Oppo R9s or wait for the bigger and better spec R9s Plus? Share with me your thoughts in the comments section, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up and subscribe if you liked what you saw. I'm Warren for KLGadgetTV, and I will see you soon in the next one.